What's up, Michael? Morning. How's everybody doing? Kyle, what up? New pick is tough. Appreciate that, man. Andre, what's up? What's up, Bez? Morning's going good, man. Morning's going well. Sitting here listening to Scott Bessett talk at the World Economic Forum. How many fundeds do you have now? I have two currently. Two Lucid accounts. But I have 3 Lucid black evals, 2 take profit evals, and 5 Tradify evals. The 5 Tradify evals are a smidge more to passing. Early verse of the day, man. You read my mind. 1 Thessalonians 5:15. See that no one renders evil for evil to anyone, but always pursue what is good both for yourselves and for all. Bonjour. What was that movie? Inglourious Bastards. Buongiorno. You got any qualms with scalping with Apex? That's thanks for the daily devotion. Hey, no, not at all with Apex. And to be honest with you, I think Apex is probably one of the better firms to scalp with because of the trailing drawdown. I think that if you're scalping, you're not allowing trades to come back into drawdown too much, that it's actually one of the better firms to scalp with. It's one of the better firms because it's a way to navigate that rule without having it really. People struggle with that trailing drawdown. It can be detrimental to a lot of people. So I think scalping with Apex is actually not a bad idea at all. You looking for longs or shorts? I'm not sure yet, man. We got Besant. I don't know if he's done talking or not. He's off of my screen now, but I'm not completely sure. We could go either way here. We have a lot of sell side underneath us, and we still have this massive new week opening gap that was created Sunday night. So we'll see. Could come up, tap into this, and reject out of it, or we could just completely fill it. I think a lot of it's going to be predicated on the sentiment of the people speaking at the World Economic Forum. Get out of here with your bot stuff, man. Dean, what's up? I'm going short at 25,260. There you go. Doing great, Dakota. How you doing, man? You downrange any of this upcoming snow? I took a nap on Saturday, man. Woke up to it snowing, and like within 5 minutes, it was like snowing pretty heavily, and then within 5 minutes, it was gone. So I don't know. I haven't looked at the forecast of what's pending or what's coming. I would doubt that we would get a whole lot here. It was 50 degrees, 55 degrees yesterday, something like that. So probably the ground is not cold enough, even if it does snow, for any of it to stick. I'm great. I'm at break even on an account after being down 1,600. Okay. Don't overtrade. Don't chase your losses. How does it work? What do you mean? Lee, is that how you say your name? I love you, Lee. Are you asking just in general, how does all of this work? Trading in general? So the way this works is you decide based on a lot of analysis that you make, or maybe not a lot of analysis, whether you think price is about to go up or go down. If you think it's about to go up, you can buy a contract, and that allows you to sell it back when it gets to a higher level. If you think it's going to go down, you can sell a contract where price is currently, and then when price goes down, you can buy it back for a cheaper price, which either one makes you money. So you can make money whether price is going up or going down. That's the general idea. You excited for the market today? Sure. I mean, as excited as I normally am. I enjoy doing this very much, but I enjoy the analytical side of things. You ever consider getting an advanced alpha account? Yeah, I have one. Did I not say that? Yeah, I have one advanced alpha account right now. Genuine question, why is midnight marked out? So there's ICT strategy, or maybe it's just strategy in general, that price tends to return to that midnight area. There's also some statistics that I've read recently that I actually read on stream not that long ago, where, and I'll read it to you exactly what it is, because I can give you a pretty quick upshot of what it says. But there's a theory or a statistical data that will allow you to use midnight to potentially add a confluence into your decision making. Let's see. Did I delete it? Hang on one second, let me find it. Basically, I can't find it, but basically the idea was that it was like 70% of the time when price opens above midnight, it returns back to that level at some point in the AM session. And if it closes below midnight, 60% of the time, it returns back to that level in the AM session. It was something like that. There's also other ICT strategies that, use kind of midnight as a point to go off of. What is DWL? Data wick low. Data wick low. So they were talking, Besant was saying something about China when he was speaking just a little bit ago, and price just dumped. So I just marked that out. A little bit worried with the Supreme Court talking again today. Yeah, I think it's a potential that the Supreme Court does rule on the Trump tariff situation. We'll see. I've been practicing my vocab verbatim. It's a good word to have. What's up, man? How's it going? You didn't catch any of that record snow over there. Moscow didn't get any of that, did they? Man, my TikTok was filled up with that snow that y'all got, or Russia got. I know it's a huge country, so it might not even be close to where you are. You did? Oh, shoot. It was awful. It was nuts looking, dude. I don't know how much of it was like AI that I was seeing or how much of it was real, but it was like I saw apartment buildings with it up to like the windows. What was the news? Scott Besant was talking at the World Economic Forum, and he said something about China, and price just kind of went down really fast, kind of just shot down. So I just put that on there just as a reference point. Does Alpha Futures use TradingView, or do they still only, they have TradingView. Yeah, they have TradingView. You have to get the TradeAvate account, and then you can use TradingView. I got so cooked. Imagine getting up at 7 a.m. to go to work and you're walking out to the North Pole. I feel like that's like my vision of Russia every day. I feel like it's just constantly cold there. Yeah, they don't have Project X anymore. I think Top Step is the only platform that's still using Project X. Summertime, such a vibe. What's like the hottest it gets in Moscow? Equilibrium. Is Top Step a good prop firm? I don't care for them. Got to switch now. Can you go over things if I need, if you have time? You talking about like with getting set up with a different platform, Janko? Probably like 30. That's Celsius? So what is that Fahrenheit? $80, 86, okay. It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. Looking at Lucid. I like Lucid. I think they're going to be one of the top competing firms this year. It's super easy to get set up, man. It's not hard at all. Not hard at all. It's going to look like a stepping into an airplane cockpit the first time you open TradeAvate, but at the same time, we can get that simplified super fast. How's it going, Jeff? What tool are you using to map out the? I'm using the ICT kill zone and pivots to mark the levels, but or to show me the levels. But then I use the Ray tool to mark those levels. And you can change your thing where it says "Don't extend" right here. Just got a couple loose accounts. Thanks for the accounts. Thanks for the code. Hey Jeff, no problem, man. Thanks for using the code. Which ones did you get? Did you get the black or did you get the other ones? Black, yeah. I grabbed 3 of those. See how they do. What's up, Daniel? Can I still get a payout? You talking about top step? Yeah, they pay out. That's not why I don't like them. I don't like them because of the fact that you're stuck trading on Project X and that constantly is going down or having issues. Just TradeAvate and TradingView. Yeah, if you go to tradingview.com, that's what this is right here. That's what you're seeing on my screen. I don't like that they promote black like it has no buffer, but it does. I didn't get that impression. I think that potentially, and there was a guy that commented on my video saying something like that. That's not the impression that I got at all. I think anybody who's taken a payout or that has ever passed an eval is aware. So like if you are constantly passing evals or taking payouts, you don't think to say that because it just seems like a given. It's like basically saying that you can't withdraw the $50,000 that you have as working capital when you first get the account. It seems like a no-brainer. It doesn't seem like something that needs to be said, but I guess it does. So it's good to know that to some, like clearly you're not the only one that feels that way. So maybe I need to make another video and clarify just so people aren't confused about that. Because that is a problem if people are confused about that. Just weighed at 100 kilos at 5'8". Am I officially a big guy now? What is that? 2.2 times 100. So what are you? Yeah, anything sub 200 is victim weight. 200 pounds. So yeah, 100 kilos. I think you're good. Has Trump spoken yet? No, Besant has been talking. Trump, is he? I thought he was supposed to speak tomorrow, or is that today? See, yeah, this is why you always check Forex Factory in the morning. Appreciate you, Pete. Yeah, I have him scheduled to speak tomorrow at 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. But who knows? Besant was just talking a little bit ago. Victim weight. What rules does Lucid have for a payout? You have to hit the target profit, or the buffer, which is it 3,000? Or no, it's less than that. Basically, you have to hit the buffer, which is the target profit, and then everything above that's withdrawable every 3 days. That's as simplistic as I can make it. Out of curiosity, what are you weighing right now? I think I weighed 217 this morning. I don't think I know. I weighed 217 this morning, bare naked, before I drank any water or anything. But don't worry, that's going to change rather quickly. I have turned the jets back on since New Year's. I had dropped well below that. I weigh more than Christian. Yeah, but dude, I'm like not even 12% body fat. $225. Give me a few months. Wait until April or May. You just wait. I'll do a physique. I'll post a physique check in about a month or two, and then we'll do another one right before summer. You'll see. I'm 6'5", so yeah, I feel you on that, Taylor. Anything under 220 is victim weight. All right, Bryson. After I pass my eval, do you think it will get harder to get a payout than to pass? I mean, there's no question there's a psychological hurdle to overcome, but you can't just keep trading the way you're trading with the eval, man. Just 6'5", 217 is a little lean. It is, yeah. There's no question. This past semester, Pete, I went from, I think my peak weight was just shy of 250. That was last summer, and then it's progressively gone down since then. But this semester, my classes are pretty easy. The workload is super light, so I'm locked back in. I'm meal prepping, eating 4 or 5 meals a day. We're getting back at it. What's up, Leroy? What's up, Archie? How's it going? Somebody said, what is the basics for YouTube? What YouTubers teach the basics? Look up T-Trades. T-Trades, like Tiger, T as in Tiger, T-Trades. He has some very good videos that break it down very simplistically. I think it's helpful. What's your major in college? Currently economics. I'm 180, but used to be fat. I'm probably 18% body fat, cut to 160, then bulk. I wouldn't focus on cutting and bulking and all that, man. I would just focus on eating quality foods and working out hard. Why aren't you on NW chart? What's NW chart? Got sales at 10. Class starts today. That'll be fun. That sounds like it could be an interesting class. I bounce back and forth, man. NQ, ES. I'm looking at NQ, ER, ES right now. What's your opinion on TJR? It seems like a funny dude. Seems like he's got a pretty good heart. I can't tell. I mean, you never know. People online could be completely different than real life, man. You never know. He seems funny, though. I only eat beef, rice, and eggs. That sounds pretty much what I eat. I'll eat whatever I want on the weekends, man. Like this weekend, I housed a couple pizzas and had some ice cream. But during the week, I'm pretty strict. Benjamin, how's it going, man? Do you really catch trades? Yeah, I do. On do you really ever catch trades on non-red folder news days? I'm about to just trade red folder news only. Yeah, there's people who do both, man. They only trade non-red folder news days, and people who only trade red folders. It's up to you. I have had some of my best days on non-red folder news days. Also had some of my worst. So it depends. Protein pints ice cream. Unfortunately, it was not anything healthy. It was I ate a whole pint of it's like a gelato. I can't even remember the name of it. It was good though. Strat do you use? I use a lot of order flow and momentum, but I make sense of entries and exits and things like that. Basically, make sense of market structure by way of ICT principles, liquidity sweeps, breakers, FEGs, but rely heavily on order flow and momentum through level 2 data from Bookmap. Another day to eat. Let's go. Talentine, that might be what it's called. Talenty or Talentai or whatever. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Something like that. But last Wednesday, I blew 3 accounts due to revenge trading. Now I'm homeless, but lesson learned. Last Tuesday, I blew a lot of accounts too, man. It's okay. Got to learn from it and bounce back. I don't do jujitsu, man. I don't do jujitsu. I do dabble in boxing, but I don't do jujitsu. This semester, I joined the boxing club, so we'll see how that goes. You ever trade Asian? No. New trader here. My daily bias is bearish. I think that's a pretty good analysis. We'll see though. We'll see. The thing is, Quiz, is that how you say your name? What you'll come to find out is you can have a bias, but it's best not to try to marry it. Meaning, don't lock yourself into this pigeonhole of only looking for shorts if that's your bias pre-market. Be willing to say, okay, price has given us something different than what I thought it was going to give us, and I'm going to adapt and change my thinking. Should try Muay Thai. It's fun. Why do you have 2 London lows marked out? Because it's the previous London low from a different session. It's from Thursday in December. Are you using select, flex, or daily on your Tradify? Select daily is what I'm going to use once I pass them. They're evals right now, 5 of them, but they're very close to passing. So as soon as I pass them, I'm going to select the daily. I do use the select. Yeah, I think I want to try that out and just see how it goes. I got those, and I have 2 TPT accounts. I'll have 5 soon, but I think the dailies will be pretty interesting to try out. I know you're capped at like 1,000 or something, but I still think, you know, if you're taking a max payout on those, I mean, a couple times a week, you're doing pretty well. Chill, bro. I had to learn that myself. Your thoughts on the opening gap, the new week opening gap? We'll see. Hopefully we get filled at some point. I mean, I'm sure it will, but we'll see. We shall see. How do you decide whether you're going to take a trade on ES or NQ? It depends on which is like super wiki. I don't like wiki. So if one is just more fluid than the other, it's not as wiki and herky-jerky, if you will. That's the one I'll take a trade on. Whatever looks the cleaner, to be the cleaner price action for the day. Looking cute today, Christian. Hey, I appreciate that, Dean. As opposed to other days? Don't do me like that, bro. Nakistan? Is that like was it Dagestan or whatever? Planet is looking healthy. Been nurturing him. It's fake, I just can't prove it. Do you have anything on Discord for setting up TradeBait? No, I don't, Janko. But if you have it right now in front of you, I can try to help you out. That's not a bad idea though for something to post on there. I am planning a revamp of my Discord. Just it needs some work, so I'm going to try to get it to be more organized, more professional, and have a lot more content. RJ, what up? If you saw a dime before, you wouldn't think it's fake. When does Ginger Man speaks? I think tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Talking about Trump. Got into Arc Raiders this weekend. It's so fire. It is fun. NQ on Bookmap just looks like crap right now. Damn, Peanut got me into art, dude. He's hilarious. I sent him to some people, like one of my brothers. He games, and he's like, I don't think he's funny. I don't understand that, man. I think he's hilarious. What games you play games? What's your top 5? Man, I play probably some games that aren't like super popular. I think Battlefield is a pretty good one. That's probably pretty mainstream. A lot of guys like that. But Escape from Tarkov, Star Citizen, I think is a pretty fun game. It's relaxing. It's one of those ones where you just chill and fly around and stuff. No Man's Sky, I think it's pretty fun. What else? I haven't had time to play games as much as I'd like, man. I've been doing other things. Let's see what's on my folder here. Hell Let Loose is fun. That's a good game. PUBG is still one of the best battle royale games out there. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. What's up, Blade? How's it going, man? Did you ever get Kappa Container in EFT? No, I haven't yet, man. Dude, I had a Edge of Darkness account that got banned because they said I cheated. I've never cheated a day in my life on that game. And so I had to completely restart, like from the beginning. It was like two or three wipes ago that I had that going on. Muhammad, what up? I guess. Well, there are a ton of cheaters in the game, but I think they were just going overboard trying to get cheaters out, and they swept me up in the mix. This is a 4-hour gap that's tiny in here. There's also, we're in a 1 hour right there as well. 2 hour, I believe, is underneath us here that we have 28 minutes left on. So we'll see what happens. We just basically swept that swing high from earlier. Candle closure above it, coming right back down here. I'm gonna turn these inversions off. I don't know why they make these so long. Didn't sweep on NQ. NQ looks like straight buns right now on Bookmap. They got to do something about this. What's the news this week? Swish. I posted a video about it. I got a scheduled economic news video up. Posted it on Sunday. MNQ on Bookmap's looking cleaner. I don't usually like to do that because of let's see. Yeah, you're right. Why is that? Is it just the volume inside of NQ on here? It's weird. Pushing back higher here, potentially on ES. NQ's pushing up. Could be headed for that new week opening gap. Yeah, it is so much cleaner. It's crazy. Yeah, man. Trump speaking tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. I think that's the next news, like scheduled. Potentially Supreme Court decision at some point. We'll see. Verse of the day posted. Let's see here. Yeah, man. Still did not take that swing. James 1, 2 through 3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. That reminds me, man, I was reading James, was it 1:14? This verse. Was it 1:14 or 1:17? What was it? It was talking about like those who are capable of doing good but are sinning. It's James. I'll find it later and read it. What's up, Jose? Yeah, Blade, I'd be down. Tapped right into that 1 hour on NQ, bounced out of it. In 22 minutes, this 2 hour candle closes. If we close above this gap, we're inverting it. We'll see. Liquidity resting above us here on the ES. There's some higher on MNQ here. I can't really tell what's going on with NQ because it looks like butt right now. They got to get this figured out. Pay too much money to... It's coming. NQ is coming down towards... NQ has some liquidity resting at 25 to 24 area. No, you don't. You have to go to click the top right corner where it says application settings. Go to add-ons and hit activate on the trading view thing. And then you can sign in. Should work. Where are you seeing a 1 hour BPR? Bro, how many trades do you take a day? Usually one. If I win that first trade, I'm done. If I don't, I take one more, and win or lose, I'm done for the day. Do I use macros, like the time frame, or are you talking about micros, the contracts? Macros I do. I pay attention to. I don't go solely off of those. It's an added confluence. Time frames, yeah. Yeah, definitely pay attention to them. Strong push back here. ES took that swing. Need us to break out of this range right here before I get interested in the trade. Why would you not go only on macro times? Because that's not a ideal way to trade. You need more than one confluence like that to justify taking a trade. I look for at least 3 or 4 confluences, a sweep of a major liquidity level, a clear draw on liquidity in the direction that I'm thinking about taking the trade in, V-shaped recovery typically. I like to see an order block or a breaker block form. I like to see the creation or the inversion of a fair value gap. Yeah, I like to see more than just one thing to be able to justify taking a trade. You consider this a BPR? Tyrone, is that what you're saying? You would need a bullish gap to overlap this or something of that nature to make that a BPR. That's just a bearish gap that got tapped into. Five-minute inversion into a 15-minute continuation would be nice, yeah. Looking good, Bo. Ballast, dude, where you been, man? Appreciate that. Hope you have too. Yeah, high time frame PD Razor. Good to add into that. I really want to see us break out of this range one way or the other before I get interested. Could potentially have a little AMD here, a little accumulation, manipulation, and then a distribution to the downside. This is ES, yeah. This is NQ. They're pretty much, you got a slight SMT there. NQ made a high and ES didn't. So we'll see. Looking fresh without the beard. Hey, appreciate it, man. Face is cold. Wasn't a good time to do that. Tell you the other thing, man, since I've started getting back into locking in, trying to get big again, I've been eating in the mornings, which I had stopped doing. And now that I've kind of gotten my body used to that for the past week or so, dude, I'm starving right now. I need to start eating before streams. Mexico, hanging out with family and looking after my grandpa. Okay. Good for you, man. How do you make your TradingView background blank? I think I have my TradingView settings in the Discord. Let's see. Go to Canvas and do grid lines none. Mac, what up? Price is looking bullish right now. We'll see. I want to see us break out of this range. We got a 1 hour above us on ES and NQ. NQ's tapped into it. ES is not. We'll see what we want to do here. We got a 2 hour that is going to be potentially inverted in the next 15 minutes. So we could get an inversion of that or retest and then a move higher. We'll just stay patient. Right now, I don't want to trade the range that we're currently sitting in. We're trying to break out of it here on NQ. ES is starting to break out of it a little bit. We'll see. Coming right back down, tapped that 4 hour and came right back. Candles are absurdly large on NQ. You ever been snowboarding? No, I haven't, but I have been skiing. It's been a long time, but yeah, I've never snowboarded, but I've skied. Broke my rule, trade silver last night, went from negative 1,200 to 200. Call it a day, man. Call it a day, don't overtrade. I've stopped. Whenever I've traded the Asia session, whether it's gold or whatever, even if I've had good results, eventually I get absolutely cooked and it snowballs into some bad results. So got to stick to my rules of New York AM session, and if I don't get a trade, New York PM from like 1:30 until 3 or 3:30. Outside of that, I'm not trading. Took so long to get this patient. I used to be so addicted to placing trades. You're on the right track, dude. You take trades on NQ? Yeah, whichever one is cleaner. I'm looking at ES right now just because I wanted to see if we were going to push any deeper into this 4 hour. 1 hour is being tapped and respected here on NQ. ES, there's a 1 hour above us that we barely tapped into. It overlaps a little bit with this 4 hour. So wanted to see how we were going to react in that level to see if we pushed higher. We have a few minutes left until this 2 hour candle closes on NQ to potentially invert this 2 hour to the upside. So I want to see how if we're gonna reject down and close below that level, below this, what is this, 225, 265, or 260. We got 12 minutes left on that candle, so just want to see how we react here. 10 o'clock will be interesting. Is it still good to mark out a FEG even after it's already been reacted with? Isaiah, what do you mean, like the 1 hour? Yeah, I mean, that just shows you that it's doing what you would anticipate it to do, which is being a level of resistance in this case. So yeah, you definitely want to, unless it's been inverted and then candle closure again on the other side of it, which negates it altogether, it's good to have it marked out. If we were to close above it right here, we would invert it to the upside and it would become a level of support at that point. Shouldn't trade while high, bro. I agree. You should not trade while you're impaired in any way. Correct. It would become support if it closed above it, because that's called an inversion at that point. So if we inverted this, it would have to be the 1 hour candle, which closes in 11 minutes. What are your sources of protein? Mostly ground beef, man. Ground beef and eggs. I eat a ton of eggs and a ton of ground beef. Hey, to each their own, man. I know a guy who has built and sold off different hedge funds, and he's as wealthy as he can possibly be, and he is constantly like that. But that's not the norm, man. Most people cannot function at their peak in that state. At least I can't. I can tell you for sure that I can't. Hey, hope class goes well, Leroy. Remember, there's no bad trades if you stick to your trading plan. I would agree with that. I would agree. If you're taking entries and you're justified, you have multiple confluences, you're taking, setups that you've back tested that produce solid results on a consistent basis, and it just doesn't play out, it's not a bad trade. Can't be mad about that. What platform do you use? Eduardo, I use several different prop firms, but this platform that you're looking at currently, this is TradingView. This is just a charting website that I use. And I also use another platform that my accounts are tied to called Tradeovate. Alpha isn't working right now for me. What's it doing, Gabe? Eight minutes till this candle closes. The 2 hour and the 1 hour. My trading view looks different, not sure why. Probably my settings. You have a bunch of lines and stuff going on. I changed majority of my settings on my trading view. Set up on Lucid with Tradeovate and TradingView. Thanks for the help. Hey, no problem, man. And you can go to the like settings, the chart setting thing, and make sure you have like volume, day volume profile, market depth, all that turned off on your Tradeovate. It's all distracting. You should do your charting here on TradingView and then just have a clean chart, you know, on Tradeovate to keep it simple. That way you can keep track of your orders and stuff. There's a lot of orders above us on NQ. Is Alpha Futures down? You're the second person that said that. Mine's not loading, so it looks like it could be. Did you say there's a big difference in AM and PM volatility? Yeah, I mean, depends on the day, man. Some PM sessions are beautiful. Really just depends on the day. From about 1:30 to 3, you typically can find some good setups. If there's going to be a PM setup, that's when I found that it usually transpires. Is it bad to execute on TradingView? It's not bad, but like what Benjamin just said, or the Blade just said, it can get you a bad fill because there's something called slippage. So it's better for me personally. I like to, like, I don't do limit orders. So what I do is I have the order ready to go, and then I hit buy market or sell market when I'm ready to get into the trade, and I do that on Tradeovate. We got 6 minutes till the candle closes. It's not inverted until the candle closes. I don't do limit orders, Jeff. Typically, I don't do limit orders. No, dude, don't be sorry for the question. That's why I do this so I can help people like that. No need to be sorry. If we get a lower low on ES, we have a unicorn. Well, we haven't swept a major level. What time frame are you looking at? I mean, you got this swing, yeah, but I wanted to see something bigger. You're right that it could potentially deliver out of this 4 hour, but which candle are you talking about? Dude, how did I not have London marked? Oh, it is. It's just below that gap. You're right. I appreciate you, dude. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, London is right on the edge of that 4 hour. Let's see what you're looking at here. Yeah, potential. That high kind of throws things off right there. Let's see. Hmm. I don't like that high. It's a big breaker too, and it's honestly not, it's not as clean as I would like right there. And I don't like how we have this higher high over here for this. I'd want this to be the high instead of that. So wicky too, man. It does look like it's getting, we're getting the delivery potentially. No tap back here. Get a tap back in here, we might be interested in taking this. Up 6K on paper. Down 200 for real. Yeah, paper's a whole different ball game, man. It's good to practice though. Yeah, we'll see. There. If you look at the book map, let's see here. There are orders stacked above us here, so it's a little worrisome to get into this short. How do you set a TP? You right click, like let's say we're short here. Let's see how we react in this FEG. There's orders above us here though, man. I'd be careful taking this short. I don't know. You right, like let's say you're short right here, you'd right click down here and put buy limit for however many contracts your trade is for. If you're trying to put a stop loss, you put a buy limit up here or a buy stop up here. That's how it works. Buy limit down here, buy stop up here. It could very well be valid. I mean, that's a pretty strong rejection out of that 1 minute right there. But it's just the book map is lit up to the upside here with those orders stacked up at 25,400. Yeah, we're not making the move on NQ the way that I'd like. Yeah, I definitely want to see an inversion of this one on NQ before I'd get interested. I'm gonna fade this. I'm just gonna keep watching. Yeah, I'm on ES right here. That's a strong rejection on ES, man. Strong rejection on ES. Look at that. The volume is just cleared out on bookmap. Very low volume right here on bookmap. All right, we just inverted that 2 hour on NQ. It's not showing, but it's down there. Could get a tap back into that and then a move higher. NQ inverted that 1 minute. This is tempting to get into. I'm gonna hold off though. I'm not a huge fan of it for some reason right now. ES is delivering. Tapped right into that 4 hour, delivered right out of it. Tapped right back into that one, or that's a 30-second. Did tap right back into that 30-second though. We get a move back up here, I might be interested. We'll see. There's no news pending. It's not till tomorrow. It's 2 hour inversions here too, so. Hey, appreciate the money gun, man. Good looks. This is ES. This is NQ. Definitely getting delivery out of this. Smart. BCS, what's up, man? We'll see what we get here. Would you take it off NQ? Potentially. It's not a bad range to take it in. Tap back into that one right there. It's a 2 minute right here. Not a bad little entry. There are still orders resting up there, but it's just really low volume. There's some orders below us now. 25,250 on NQ has some orders. $25,400 is stacked on NQ. Yeah, I'm just not super confident in that trade. We'll see. How's the indicator work going? Dude, I've spent a lot of time on it this weekend. We're getting there, man. Look at it, tap right in that 2 minute. See what happens here. I think this is a good long. Not necessarily sold on longs here. I'm not sold on anything, to be completely honest. I spent a lot of time on this weekend, Jeff. You know, I'm having to basically teach myself the coding while also trying to code what I'm looking for. So I keep coding different things and it comes out super, super elementary compared to the way that I want it to be. So I'm having to like hone in on my skills that I don't have. I'm trying to develop skills right now because I don't have coding skills. So it's a process. It's going to take a little while. And I'm not going to, I wouldn't put anything out until I'm feeling really good about it. So PineScript, Samir. It's PineScript v6. Should I take the trade even if I'm iffy about it? No. It's what TradingView uses for their indicators. You can use like what I'm using Visual Studio also to help me out. So there's like, I want to say it's similar to Python. You know what I mean? But I could be just saying that, and somebody who knows coding way more than me is going to be like, dude, it's nothing like Python. But to me, it looks like Python. Taryn, what up? Yeah, I saw the art that you sent me. I'll shoot you a message, man. What kind of indicator is it? I'm trying to code an indicator that'll spot my setups that I like to trade. It's short on ES played out, man. Potentially down to that data wick. A CBOM indicator. Imagine if you had taken this initial short off the tap into that, and your stop was just above the wick, and then this wick came and got you, and then the trade went and played out. And you know there's somebody that happened to. That sucks. Yeah, it's playing out. Oh, my snake. I'm scared of these wicks. It actually is a pretty nice setup here. It's just wiki. Teddy, what's up? Up 200 for the day. Super happy. Heading down to London low, most likely. Yeah. Alert you when you eat your protein. When to eat your protein. That's funny. Ugh. Of course, dude. You're the one executing, though. Yeah, this is ES. Let's see how we react when we hit this 2-hour inversion on NQ. Any tips on when to go break even? If you'd gotten into this short at the top, let's see. If you got in off this 1 minute, I think this low right here would have been the point at which I'd have gone break even. Target if you're targeting London low. So this sell side got taken up. So that'd be the point where I'd say, okay, this is like where price could potentially reverse if it's not going to go all the way down. So that would have been my break-even point. It is hard to hold trades though, man. How you not getting FOMO to trade and keep calm like this, bro? Because I know there's plenty of setups that happen, man. I mean, this isn't going to be the last setup that ever takes place. There's plenty of setups that have happened long before I ever traded. There's going to be plenty of setups that happen going forward. So it's like, if you miss one, you know, it is what it is. It's better to not lose money and watch the trade go than to FOMO in and end up getting cooked and being pissed that not only did you miss the trade, but now you're down. Jay, what's up? Not a ton, man. There's a nice little short here that could have gotten taken. We were waiting to see how it played out. We were thinking about taking it off of this 1 minute, but ended up not taking it. Just wasn't super convinced that price was done going higher at this point, but it tapped into this 4-hour gap, swept London high, which somebody pointed out to me. I didn't notice because of the way I have it marked. You can see it kind of overlaps right there with the edge of the 4-hour. Either this data wick low or this London low would be the target. But it's Tuesday, man. No news. Basically the first trading day of the week. So see if this 15 gets inverted. Hey, take it easy, man. Have a good day. Good job. The 15 did not invert. I'm short at 25,354. I have my stop 25,354. It's a good entry. 354. I have my stop at 25,336. I think it's a good trade, man. See how it goes. Did not invert that 15 on ES. but we are pushing lower now. Inverted that 5, could have taken the trade on the inversion of that 5 with the tap back. Why don't you take A+ setups? I like taking bad setups, man. That's more my forte. It's not an inversion, Lucas, unless the candle body closes below or above the gap. So you can see how we were in this 15-minute right here. The candle closed just above the edge of the gap, did not invert it. We still haven't inverted it because this candle hasn't closed yet. It has 12 and a half minutes left. I'm on ES, targeting data wick low, 15-minute EQ, or equal low. I reckon I hold for 15-minute unfilled below. I think you could hit this data wick, but I mean, do what you want. But if I was in this trade and I had a really solid entry, I'd be break even right now or in profit a little bit off of this 1 minute from the top. Probably would have my stop just below this gap right here. And my target would be either this data wick low or this London low. And I'd be holding until either I get stopped out or my TP gets hit. Yeah, the NQ's right here. Yeah, no problem, Lucas. Do you see this as being your career in the future? Yes. Does Bookmap show on anything on NQ? Yeah, there's some orders down at 25,250. It's pretty lit up down there. That's what Bookmap looks like. Christian, I full ported my practice account and made 10K. Am I profitable? Absolutely. That's profitability right there, 101, man. I'll let you guys watch the Bookmap real quick. Would you buy or sell? I wouldn't do anything. If I would do something, I would be doing it. If I would recommend a trade, you'll see me taking it myself. And if I'm taking a trade, you'll see it on the screen when I'm showing the trading view. That's not like a smart aleck answer. That's just, it's for your reference. If I'm recommending a trade, it's because I'm taking it also. But I don't do signals, man. I just am showing what I do. See, this 15 did not get inverted. Now we're pushing higher here. Pretty aggressive push up. And I probably would have been stopped out if I was short there. Definitely would have right there. So NQ tapped this 4 hour and immediately pushed right back up. Whoever was in that short at what their stops at 36 was a good stop. Good stop placement. Got cooked, -1 hour. What are you trading? This is NASDAQ futures and S&P futures. We tapped right into this 4 hour inversion. Is that a 4 hour or a 2 hour? 2 hour. Tapped right into this 2 hour inversion and just immediately shot right back up. A lot of you guys got cooked on that. That sucks, man. Got cooked at 7:30 Eastern time. A 4 hour inverted to the upside. Still in this 2 hour and 1 hour though. I'm just not too thrilled with any of it at this point. I'm not entering anywhere at the moment. Waiting to see what we want to do here. Inverted the 4 hour on NQ, did not invert it on ES. Strong push up here. A lot of liquidity above us. Little pitch. See if there's a catch here. Need to break these 50s to the upside. See if the 40s hold. Coming back into the 50s now. Looking for 375. 40s need to hold here. Push through the 50s now. No. The 50 levels. There we go. Push through. And targeting into the 60s. Go ahead, push up to the 60s. No. That might be it. 40s break here. I think it goes lower. There's a lot of liquidity up to 25,380 here on the book map. Looking for, if we push through this 50s level into the 60s, I think we create some momentum up into that 70s range. That's a, what are you talking about, 100? I'm just sitting here studying the book map. It's interesting looking. You'll see what I'm looking at here. I'm thinking if we break into the 60s there, that this could just shoot up to the upside on NQ. Had a couple orders get yanked right there. 10:30, I'm done today. See you later. Hey, Tyrone, appreciate you being here, man. Have a good day. Thought we needed a closer. I'm not taking this trade, man. I'm sitting here just watching. Study. This is how you learn book map. You sit here and study how it behaves. Trying to figure out if we're going to break. We need to break into these 60s, and I think we'll create momentum here. We keep touching that 61, 62 level. We need to break. We need to hit that and start creating momentum. These 50s are holding. We're just consolidating right here. I think we're getting ready to make a run. We'll see, though. What are you talking about, Nathan? Trying to see if we break these 60s. Nathan, what are you talking about, bro? Spamming that question. I know you're not talking all 5'5" of yourself talking over there. 120 pounds soaking wet, throwing up gang symbols with that kinky ass head of hair looking like a damn head of broccoli. Here's the 60s. Let's see if we push through here. This is NASDAQ futures. ES. Currently, we're looking at S&P 500 futures. Yeah, you can't be coming in here talking about my hair when you're barely taller than the toilet in the background of the pictures you're taking. This is how Bookmap is so useful here. I would not have anticipated price pushing through these gaps the way that it was. If you look at this, I mean, we're just got a lot of what you would think is resistance right here. But Bookmap is just showing you that it's creating that momentum to the upside. What's up, Taylor? No, we haven't. We haven't taken any trades. I was tempted to get in on this, just strictly off of the momentum and what I was seeing on the Bookmap. But I held off. I was just studying it. Eduardo, appreciate you being here, man. In the 268 range. Looking at NQ. Let's see, 268. 268. You had a 5-minute down there, but you also had a 15 there, and I think there was a 1 hour in there somewhere, wasn't there? Or a 30-minute? Yeah, you had a 30-minute too in this 60 range. So in the 58, 258. There's still orders stacked above us here on the book. Just inverted this 15 to the upside. Still have 115 that we're working through here. Pretty red to the upside here on NQ on the Bookmap. Where did all my marks go? Where did my drawings go? Why did all my session highs and lows get deleted? Weird. Got it back now. A little retrace there. It just did it again. Why is it doing that? And it's not letting me save the chart now. Is TradingView messing up? NQ. Dude, what is going on here? Save. Makes me want to call it right there. It's like, what? Why is it doing that? It's a little issue with TradingView. It's like deleting my drawings just randomly. Only on NQ though. Yeah, it's TradingView. IP issues. Okay, so what'd you do, Nathan? All right, guys. I got to shut it down and figure this out. Y'all be safe.